and you're my employer. You don't go around and slander me the whole fucking province for that. So, but yeah. And then Craig told me right away, he said that he was not happy with me for filming that, never to film it again, keep my phone in my pocket, and that he didn't want no part of the film. And then he didn't stand up for anybody, against anyone saying, well, if they're in film it, not even Mike. And like, he was filming a TV show. You guys were filming a TV show. I was told if I saw anything cool, film it. And I did. And then Craig just lets me take all the shots for that? That is absolutely insane. He said right from the start that he didn't support me in doing that, and he didn't. And he could have easily changed that, and he didn't. He didn't step up. And I don't know if you know this, but Craig, Mike, and Sam, all guys that were against me for filming that, they all know that I came from my last company, partly because I took a picture of an accident, and I got bullied out of that company, out of Buff. I took a picture of Rob Cote's truck down the bank, didn't even have any, like, you couldn't even tell whose truck it was. And I almost got bullied. I got bullied out of the company from that. Everyone was attacking me. I had no more friends. I didn't talk to anyone in the last 2 years at Buff was like that. And Craig knew that. And Sam knew that. And then Sam's doing group texts saying I'm just exploiting accidents for my own personal gain and all this stuff. And like the group chat for the whole company. 12 people are reading that. No one says, hey, he's not speaking for me. He says, I eventually asked for Brent to move me to the back of the pack because I don't want to be up there fighting with Mike and Sam every day. Because I was working long days and they were working short days, but they were in front of me, so they'd go slow so that I couldn't get my long day. But I was still doing it, and so what they're making me do is be illegally over-houred, and I can't do my work today. So at the last 2 hours driving home, I'm illegal, and they're doing that on purpose because they're at the front and they don't want to work the long days, and they knew I was behind them working long days, so they were effectively making me behind, and then they'd fight with me if I catch them. And I said, Brent, I don't want any of this anymore. Move me to the back. And then Brent fired me. He said, no. He said, you have to stay up here. I said, why? I'm getting beat up every day by everyone, and I don't want to fight with anyone. Move me to the back. And he fired me. So I went home, and then Sam texted everyone, oh, yay, Farron quit, or got fired, and drinks for everybody at Tumbleweeds tonight.
Oh, and this was on the group that you were still a part of.
Yeah, a group conversation. Like, that is workplace bullying. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry, mate.
Thank you.
What are you doing now?
I don't nothing. I have to switch careers or wait for this show to make me look good because LeBeau's fucking slandered my name to every trucking company in this place. I can't get a job.
Well, you look good in the show.
Yeah, thanks.
So I don't know if you know. I don't know. I haven't talked to you since you were in the city, right? I think that's what I don't know what you guys were talking to Miller about. I heard him on the phone with you. It doesn't sound like it was going very well. So I don't know where things are at. But I don't want you to be unhappy with us.
Man, I'm so unhappy with you guys.
Yeah.
You haven't. Everything you've said has been a lie. Nothing has come true. I can make a list of all the promises that have been broken to me, and then even just we will treat you well, and we will. No one treated me well. Not one person. And then I'm like, hey, I'm having problems like with this regarding this thing that we have going, and no one could even stand up for me. So yeah, you guys really let me down, big time. And Mark promised me to take care of my family. Every time I was like, just take care of me, treat me good. And he's like, I promise you, we will. And then he wouldn't even like get LeBeau to take down a post or something that's slandering me that now I'm 1,000 kilometers away and everybody knows about it. Right. Okay.
You didn't get originally what you were promised because it was like Miller was going to give you money throughout, right? He was going to give you money here and there. We got to spread it around. Type of thing.
That wasn't even the money, really, for that. It was because it was this. Standing up for me and treating me well. That was the biggest thing I said. Treat me well, take care of my family. And then we worked. It was like if you took, if Mark said everything he did, and then I don't know, it's things like I don't know, all people. I was going to be handing out toys to children in wintertime on toy drives. I was going to be have a stack of posters and postcards to give out to kids as they come out to me. I was going to get a deal on a pickup for when we got a pickup sponsor. I was supposed to get like the sunglasses, the whatever, all these things that he promised that aren't happening. And that was all part to get me to sign it over, just what I wanted to hear, and that did not happen. And then it was the biggest thing was for LeBeau to straight up rip me off of those clothes. They promised me I get 5 work shirts and I was getting a pink hat. And they straight up ripped me off of that, and then they told everyone that I was not getting it. And Craig even said, the girl said that you're not getting that stuff, but I'm going to make sure you get it. And like, it's the principle. It's 5 work shirts and a hat. And I believe I was a great employee to them. I would have given my life for them. I was prepared to. I'm prepared to die when I go to work. I would have given my life for them. And they wouldn't give me 5 work shirts and a hat that they promised and promised and promised. And then not only did they not do that, they went and told everyone that I told her to get fucked when she didn't give it to me, and then slandered my name. Like that was the biggest thing. And then Mark saying that he would take care of me and make sure I was treated well, and then he didn't. Because how hard is that to control? Could you not be like, hey, look, Tracy, can you order 5 shirts, please? I'll pay for them myself. Like, how hard is that?
I just want to write down so I know. The show needed to
right, and they said, come on board, be part of our team, enter this mission, and let's go towards that. Right. I said, great, I'm on board. If this is you're take this footage and use it, great. Use it well, promote the industry, and then down the road, as a team, we're going to build this great thing, and then in next year when that happens, great. Well, but the thing is, I then got bullied relentlessly for it. So it was a giant. That wasn't true. How am I supposed to be part of the team and just like get harassed and bullied every single day? Like, my mechanics were absolutely unbelievable. They were telling me to do crazy, illegal, dangerous stuff, and threatening me with my job if I said no. About the pickups, I knew that Toyota gave them some, and that wasn't what I was looking for. I just needed to buy a new pickup, and he said he has the connection, so he can send me over to Toyota and then let me buy a pickup at cost, or what the deal is. And he said when we get our new sponsorship, which we don't have one now, obviously, but we'll probably, being a long term, we'll probably get a sponsorship, then I could probably buy a pickup myself. But
exercise that, leverage. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, definitely something that would be possible, but the truth is, I understand. Like, now you're no longer with LeBeau, so like,
I got pulled out of my job. They wanted me out.
It complicates everything. So, I don't know if there's anything that you can do. Like, have you looked at any recourse towards LeBeau?
I was waiting for this meeting, and then I'll be going to WCB in the labor board.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, like I said, I didn't bring you a check because I knew it would have been just held at the bank. And I want to get that transfer done, but I can't get accounting to transfer it until you sign an NDA. Mm-hmm. So I want you to have time to look this over so that I can tell accounting to send you 10,000. The main points of this is down here.
Okay, I know it says. I know it says I can't speak bad about anybody or whatever.
Right.
So
that seems like you haven't been doing that anyways. So
I wanted to know about then screenshots. Like, what if I put up a screenshot with no comment? because that would be factual. It would not be critical or false. It would just be a screenshot of Craig telling me to do some illegal shit, or Mike saying that get the weed. Like, that wouldn't be against this, would it?
I mean, it depends on whether you feel like it's worth it to challenge this and the spirit of it. So, like, is that something that you want to be doing? Like, I'm not being a jerk. I'm just asking, like, you know.
Okay, that's
You know,
so
do you want to?
close,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like, do you want to continue that with them? This has nothing to do with the agreement. I'm just asking you, like, what would be the point of doing that? Like,
The point of doing that would be they've slandered my name everywhere, and their story is out, and I look like an asshole.
Right.
But the thing is that I'm not an asshole,
Right.
and they're being an asshole to me.
Right.
So it would probably save my character, save face.
Right.
It would be, I don't like getting beat up and pushed and bullied around very much. I like, if someone does that, I hit back.
yeah.
And they did. Like, there's been an illegal cover-up, an insurance claim of an impaired driver, and you guys took the video of that. I'm not sure if that, like, Mike was so fucking stoned. The reason he's smoking a cigarette is because he just smoked a joint.
Right. You told me that.
I had to get his weed out of there.
Right. You told me that.
Yeah. Like, and then now they want to take that video from me for half of the wages that I already have lost because of this, and be like, hey, keep good spirit there? That's not a very good spirited thing. So, why? Because they're fucking me. And because they didn't stand up for me, and they still don't. Mike's not my friend.
I mean, the only recommendation that I have is just, I wouldn't do anything like that to inflame them right now, because the show's gonna come out and you look great. Like, so I know you want to, like, rebuild your character. Use the show to do that.
Okay, I want to hurt their character.
Okay.
I want to make
You want
their
to do
character
to them
known.
what they did to you.
I'd like,
You don't want to rebuild your own character. Right.
that would be one way.
Right.
I don't think that.
So you want payback.
I kind of do.
Yeah. But don't you just want to just, like, part of you also just want to just move past it?
I did. I got all social media. I did a month and a half of counseling.
Yeah.
And I came back on, and LeBeau hadn't taken that post down. And I said, hey guys, like, the post is saying for me not to talk bad, but it's kind of, you're doing the exact thing by having that post out. It's been a month and a half. I'm not even on social media. There's no need for this post out. And I messaged all the LeBeau people and said, can you take it down? Messaged Taylor to ask Haley. I messaged Craig.
Has it been taken down?
Yeah, now. And
Yeah.
do you know why? I even called Mark and asked for him to take down, and they said no. And then I leaked my footage, and then someone in the comments made a comment about.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't know that what triggered you releasing the footage. I didn't know that. I didn't know that part.
That's why.
Right.
And
I get it now. Okay. And what was the post that they had?
it was saying that.
Okay, that's really interesting. Like, I didn't know that.
I'll show you this post. It was saying that questioning my need for going to a counselor, saying that I'm not entitled to it, even though it was directly related to that.
Have you been using the counseling that we sent you?
Yeah, but it was 4 sessions.
Okay, but there's more. You can take as many as you need. We've extended it.
So it was them putting that up on their public wall, and then someone commented on my TikTok video, hey, I thought the company didn't want you talking about that. I said, well, no, what the company doesn't want me talking about is why I quit. And then, so Discovery Channel saw that, looked at their wall, saw that post was there, and then got a hold of Mark, I'm assuming, and said, tell them to take that fucking post down. And they did. I'd already talked to Mark. He's like, no, sorry, I can give them suggestions, but they don't have to do what I want. And I said, Mark, well, I've done every suggestion you have given me. And then, so I was like, okay, well, they still want this fight. And then so here I am again. I was off for a month and a half. I didn't talk to them. I just went to counseling. I was locked in my basement. And then I come back, and then they want to fight. They continue the fight. And then I go up north, and everyone knows about it because of that post.
I can't believe that part. I'm sorry. I just don't understand the industry well enough.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal because
News would travel that fast.
that counseling is directly related to me losing my friends and my everyone turning on me and ripping me off. And for them to tell me, no, it's not a WCB thing, even though it's relating to that accident, and I'm on my own, if I even need counseling, which they doubt, that I should go to unemployment, like, that is a... Dude,
So what is their issue with you getting counseling?
I'm on huge antidepressants. I can't put up with that shit.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure that they've even talked about counseling on me in the show before. They've definitely recorded it. So, like, I'm trying to continue a fight with them? No. This is a giant family. It's like 10 people, and they're all after me. And then you guys make promises based on other people's promises. You're like, oh, LeBeau's not going to do anything else to you ever again. And then, like, the next day, one of the 10 is putting some fucking comment out. Or telling everyone. Like, when someone commented about, oh, is this the guy about the hat and the clothes? And then Tracy and Tammy's mom are like, yeah, well, you told my daughters to get fucked. And she's putting that on that post. And I'm like, okay, well, what is the context behind me telling them to get fucked? I told them to get fucked because they were ripping me off and were so petty they wouldn't give me a work shirt and the stuff that they're giving away on Instagram at the same time. That's a pretty tell someone to get fucked thing. And maybe you should tell people that in context rather than just Theron goes around assaulting women verbally. Like,
Right. Dude, I get it. I get it. All I can do is do the best to honor what we told you from Great Pacific's perspective.
you told me I was getting 10 grand. I didn't agree to that. I never agreed to 10 grand. That's what they told me I was getting.
I didn't tell you 10 grand. I don't know if you're saying me.
Mark did.
Yes. I mean, in terms of going rate, the amount that you were saving for this footage was very good.
I would rather have had my $20,000 of wages that I've lost and my friends.
I get it.
That was not very good. That was a really bad losing deal.
Right.
It's really good for you guys. Like, that's a great bonus to the show, but no one stuck up for me. Everyone shit on me, and I'm unemployed. And I have my friends and my name's been slandered around the whole fucking town.
Right. Like, I don't understand the industry or the people well enough to know that
Part of the industry
this is going to be the fallout there, and if you know...
Part of the industry is you don't film stuff, and you don't film accidents. It's a huge taboo. I almost had to quit my last job because of it. I got bullied out.
Right.
And Craig knew that, and Mike knew that, and Sam knew that, and then they did the same thing to me. And so part of that video is I now am the guy who filmed that. And like on the comments online, I was like, how could you just film that? How come you didn't put your phone down and help your friend? How you're a piece of shit for filming that? Like, and I knew that was coming, and it came. Now I'm gonna have to deal with that, like, fall back. And Mike's not standing up for me. He'd be like, you know what? That's my friend Theron, and I'm really happy he did a good job and helped me out the best again. You know what? He even hid my weed and didn't tell anyone. Like, that would be great. But you know what? No, he's like, Theron's fucking whatever. I don't support him in that.
So what's the last thing you've heard from the LeBeau camp then?
That they're not taking the post down. That's what I heard.
How are you two doing? Well, still?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, perfect.
So the post is still up?
No, it's down now because I'm sure Discovery told me to take it down. But
Right.
that was the last thing I heard from them. I don't talk to them. And then, like, then that post is up, and then on LeBeau's site they also have the release date for the show. It's like, oh, we finally have a release date. It's January 25th. Well, I didn't. It was on their public post for a month. I didn't know that that's not public information. So when I released my TikTok, I didn't know I was saying anything wrong because it was publicly on their Facebook post for a
Right.
month.
Right.
And then Mark's screaming at me, "You released the air date." I'm like, well, I didn't know. It's been up on their
Right.
public page for a month.
Right.
So I took shit for their air date leak, and then I got in trouble because I said they didn't want me talking about why I quit. And the reason that got brought up again, on the TikTok is because of their post on their Facebook slandering me. So I get shit for defending myself, and I get shit for saying the air date. But it was LeBeau that I was defending myself against, and it was them that told the air date. Like, it's just nonstop.
Right.
But yeah, I guess I don't really have a choice. So,
I mean, I know you're just. That's unfortunate, because it's like the backstory is you saw it on LeBeau's page, you assumed it was public, and then it had been on there for weeks and weeks. Why couldn't you post it? I think what happened there was none of us caught that LeBeau had posted the air date, and Discovery always wants to be the ones to announce it. We got to wait for them to announce it, and then we can follow suit. So I don't know how I wasn't following the LeBeau page until recently, so I don't know what they've been posting. But I mean, I don't know what to say, man.
yeah, I do. Sorry. Sorry about your luck, I think Mark said to me.
Well, I'm not going to say that because, that's... It's, this is more than just sorry about your luck, right?
Then...
Well, here, just so to change gears for a second, I did bring you this.
Nice. Thank you.
I thought you'd like that.
That'd be awesome. Mom.
Brought you a Christmas card.
Thank you.
And one for Liska. And I got you some Toys R Us gift cards for the kids.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So, I wanted to bring something.
How am I going to... I appreciate that. Nice gesture. How am I going to know if I'm being signed that I can't say anything like that? How am I going to know that season 2 I will not be portrayed by Craig and Brent as whatever they decide to say I quit? Because I'm sure they're not going to say the reason I quit.
Well, they're not. We're not going to talk about a character that's no longer in the show.
I'm just going to disappear?
What's that?
I'll just disappear?
Well, what I'm saying is,
I'm cool with that.
Right, but if they're just like, we're not going to randomly have them, we might film them saying something negative about you. Like, I don't know what they're going to talk about, but it's not something that we're interested in putting on the air. Right, like there's not going to be a storyline of like, let's bash Darren.
Well, I'm sure people are going to want to know where did Darren go.
There will be social media posts of people that are fans of the show that'll say if season 2 happens and it comes out, going or beforehand, is Darren in this year? Is Darren still there? Yeah, that's absolutely going to happen.
Right. Like, no, and then I just don't want them to be like, no, he's telling all the women in the company to get fucked, and
right.
He's an asshole,
right.
And he is petty and quit over a hat.
Right.
Yeah.
I get
so
that.
I have to take your guys' word that...
Well, all I can say is I can't change anything that LeBeau has said in the past, obviously. What's done is done. But I do know that I will tell them, don't post anything negative about Darren. Just say he moved on. Say he moved on to a new company. Right? Like, there's no point in just dragging this in the mud and increasing the drama.
Well, they do.
Because,
that's what they do.
No, I know.
They're the most petty people I've ever met.
I get that. And that's the problem, is it ends up, they basically just drag you into the mud. Right? Like, that's what I'm getting, is you wouldn't have just posted the footage or posted anything that you've posted without cause. Right? Like, that's what I'm hearing. Everything that you've done has been because they have antagonized it, and instigated it, and you've reacted. Now, what I'm saying is, I will tell them not to post that stuff, and Discovery's not going to want to see them posting that stuff. That's for sure. So, Mark is out of the company. His role is changing. He's going to be involved in the show, but he's no longer, at Thunderbird. He's no longer the president at Thunderbird. He's no longer the CEO at Great Pacific. So there's going to be a new person heading up the operation. Mark's still going to be involved, but any deals that you've made with him, that's gonna change, right?